Atletico Madrid vs Celtic prediction, team news, lineups Champions League. Still unbeaten in Group E, Atletico Madrid aim to take one step closer to the Champions League's knockout rounds as they reconvene with Celtic on Tuesday. Atleti had to work hard for a 2-2 draw in last month's reverse fixture, but they remain within a point of top spot at the halfway stage. Match preview. Twice required to come from behind to earn a point at Celtic Park. Atletico Madrid turned to inform forwards Antoine Griezmann and Alvaro Morata for inspiration last time out in Group E, before losing midfield heartbeat Rodrigo de Paul to a late red card. Griezmann converted the rebound from a saved penalty, while his strike partner headed Atleti level again during the second half, leaving the Spanish side second in the standings on 5 points. One behind leaders Feyenoord. After being held to a dramatic draw by Lazio on the opening match day, Diego Simeone's men had previously battled back to beat Feyenoord 3-2 in Madrid. The latter being only the third win in their last 13 Champions League group games. While things have not run entirely smoothly in Europe, Los Calcaneros recently equaled a club record by stringing together 14 consecutive home victories in La Liga. And they have won 7 of their last 9 matches, all told. However, Morata's late goal was not enough to stop them losing at Las Palmas on Friday night, which means Simeone's side have taken maximum points from just 2 of their last 6 away games. But they return to home turf this week, with back-to-back fixtures against Celtic and Villarreal. Now making their 11th Champions League group appearance in succession, after surprisingly finishing bottom of their section last year. Atletico have never lost to Celtic in the past, posting 4 wins from 7 previous meetings, so they will expect to keep that run going and inch closer to the last 16. Traveling to Madrid with 9 successive defeats in Spain behind them. Celtic will be heavily burdened by the weight of history this week, as they have also managed just 1 win from their last 16 Champions League away games. They posted their first point of this season's campaign in last month's reverse fixture, when first-half goals from Kyogo Furuhashi and Luis Palma were not quite enough to seal success in the East End of Glasgow, but Brendan Rodgers' side are still bottom of Group E with 3 games to play. Sitting 3 points behind third-placed Lazio, having followed a dismal loss at Feyenoord with a last-gasp home defeat to the Rome club, Celtic are already facing another early exit, but they remain in contention for at least a Europa League playoff place. Unbeaten in the Premiership, with 10 wins from 12 games, the boys scored 3 times after the interval to beat Ross County at the weekend, but bridging the gap in Europe's top club competition has proved too tough for Scotland's perennial champions. The first British club to win the European Cup back in 1967, and runners-up to Feyenoord 3 years later, Celtic's proud tradition speaks for itself, but Rodgers has an underwhelming record in the Champions League and has not embellished it with his team's results this season. Team news. Once again, Atletico Madrid's attack will be led by 2 men with plenty of elite-level experience on Tuesday night, as Alvaro Morata partners Antoine Griezmann, who has scored 8 times in his last 9 club games. Despite racking up 32 goals from 88 Champions League appearances overall, Griezmann has yet to score in 3 on the spin, but he will now try to do so against Celtic. Meanwhile, Morata has produced 3 goals in his last 2 Champions League matches, more than throughout the previous 16. Another Atleti forward, Memphis Depay, will be missing again, while Samuel Lino has been sidelined by a knee injury since mid-October. And Thomas Lemar Achilles is ruled out until next year. Rodrigo de Paul serves a suspension after his dismissal at Parkhead. Celtic's Rio Hat-8, who had only recently returned from a calf problem, will miss the rest of the group stage after sustaining a hamstring injury early on in October's reverse fixture. Stephen Welsh and Leah Labata also remain on the treatment table, but either David Turnbull or Benfica loanee Paulo Bernardo replacing Hat-8 may be the visitors' only change to the 11 that started against Atletico in Scotland. Featuring up front, Kyogo Furuhashi has scored in both of his last 2 Champions League matches. With a goal in midweek, he would become the first Celtic player to score in 3 consecutive European Cup or Champions League appearances since Joseph Craig back in 1977. Atletico Madrid possible starting lineup. Oblak, Savic, Witsel, Hermoso, Molina, Barrios, Koch, Saul, Riquelme, Griezmann, Moreta. Celtic possible starting lineup. Hart, Johnston, Carter-Vickers, Scales, Taylor, Turnbull, McGregor, O'Reilly, Palma, Furuhashi, Maeda. We say, Atletico Madrid 2-1 Celtic. Atletico have recorded only 4 clean sheets from their first 15 games of the season and just 1 in the last 7, so Celtic should have hope of scoring at the Metropolitano. However, Atleti have proven too strong for any side on home soil over the past few months, and they certainly boast the firepower to post back-to-back wins over the Scottish champions. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.